Welcome to today's video. Have you ever looked at a live plane tracker and noticed that the skies are almost always full of planes? It's fascinating to see the entire world map dotted with aircraft in motion. However, there are some curious blank spots where no planes seem to venture. These are the mysterious no-fly zones, regions where planes are forbidden from entering due to various reasons. Today, we'll dive into the most notable no-fly zones around the world and uncover the intriguing reasons behind their existence. First, let's talk about the Tibetan Plateau, often referred to as the roof of the world. This vast high-altitude region covers approximately 2.5 million square kilometers and is surrounded by some of the highest mountain ranges, including the Himalayas. The geographical significance of the Tibetan Plateau cannot be overstated. It's a crucial part of the Earth's climate system and a significant source of fresh water for many Asian rivers. For pilots, however, flying over the Tibetan Plateau presents several formidable challenges. The average altitude of the plateau is about 14,000 feet, which is significantly higher than many other regions. Commercial planes typically cruise at around 35,000 feet, but in case of emergencies, such as a cabin pressure loss or an engine failure, pilots need to descend rapidly to a lower altitude to ensure passenger safety. In this region, descending to the usual 10,000 feet safe altitude becomes nearly impossible due to the high terrain. Additionally, the Tibetan Plateau is notorious for its severe and unpredictable turbulence. The unique weather patterns and high mountain ranges create strong air currents and turbulence that can make flying extremely dangerous. These factors combined make the Tibetan Plateau one of the most challenging areas for aviation, and it's why pilots tend to avoid this region whenever possible. Next, we have volcanic zones, which pose a significant threat to aircraft due to the unpredictable nature of volcanic eruptions. One of the most notable incidents occurred in January 1982 when a British Airways flight from London to New Zealand encountered a volcanic ash cloud near Tonga. The eruption of an underwater volcano sent a massive ash cloud into the sky, reaching altitudes of up to 50,000 feet. As the plane unknowingly flew into the ash cloud, the volcanic ash began to enter the engines, causing them to malfunction. The ash melted inside the engines, forming a glassy substance that clogged and eventually shut down all 4 engines. The passengers and crew were initially unaware of the severity of the situation, mistaking the ash for cigarette smoke. It wasn't until they smelled sulfur that they realized something was terribly wrong. Miraculously, the pilots managed to restart 3 of the 4 engines after the plane had descended from 37,000 feet to 12,000 feet, narrowly avoiding disaster. This harrowing incident highlights the dangers of volcanic ash, which can severely damage aircraft engines and windshields, leading to catastrophic failures. Since then, aviation authorities have taken strict measures to monitor volcanic activity and reroute flights to avoid these hazardous zones. Impact craters are scattered across the globe, remnants of ancient collisions between the Earth and celestial objects like asteroids and comets. These craters vary in size and depth, but all share one common characteristic. They create unique atmospheric conditions that can affect aviation. When flying over these craters, aircraft can encounter significant turbulence caused by hot air rising from the crater floor. This occurs because the bottom of these craters often retains heat, which then rises and mixes with the cooler air above, creating unpredictable and sometimes violent air currents. One notable example is the Barringer Crater in Arizona, USA, also known as Meteor Crater. It is approximately 1,200 meters in diameter and 170 meters deep. The heat rising from this crater can create strong updrafts that pose a risk to aircraft stability. Another example is the Vredefort Crater in South Africa, the largest known impact crater on Earth, with a diameter of about 300 kilometers. Although planes generally fly at altitudes high enough to avoid direct interaction with these craters, the unique air currents they generate can still cause significant turbulence, making these areas potentially hazardous for aviation. Flying over North Korean airspace is considered one of the most dangerous routes in the world for commercial aviation. The primary threat comes from the country's unpredictable military actions, including the potential for missile launches without warning. North Korea has a history of conducting missile tests, and its airspace is heavily monitored and controlled by its military. This creates a high-risk environment for any aircraft that might inadvertently stray into their territory. Neighboring countries like Japan take several precautions to mitigate this risk. For instance, Japan often issues advance warnings to airlines about potential missile tests, advising them to reroute flights to avoid North Korean airspace. Additionally, international airlines have established no-fly zones over North Korea, requiring pilots to bypass the country entirely. These measures are crucial in ensuring the safety of passengers and crew, as the consequences of an aircraft being targeted or intercepted in North Korean airspace could be catastrophic. Mecca, the holiest city in Islam, is located in Saudi Arabia and is a significant pilgrimage destination for millions of Muslims worldwide. The airspace above Mecca is a designated no-fly zone, implemented for both security and religious reasons. The most notable structure in Mecca is the Masjid al-Haram, which houses the Kaaba, the most sacred site in Islam. Ensuring the safety and sanctity of this holy site is a top priority for the Saudi government. One of the primary reasons for the no-fly zone is to prevent any potential security threats that could endanger the lives of the pilgrims. Additionally, the geographical location of Mecca, surrounded by mountains, contributes to the noise pollution from aircraft engines being amplified. This noise could disturb the millions of pilgrims engaged in prayer and worship. Consequently, there is no airport in Mecca itself, and pilgrims usually travel to the nearby city of Jeddah before continuing their journey by road. The no-fly zone over Mecca ensures a peaceful environment for worship and maintains the security and safety of one of the most significant religious sites in the world. Finally, we have the infamous Area 51, located in the Nevada desert. This highly secretive and well-guarded U.S. Air Force facility has been the subject of countless conspiracy theories and speculation for decades. Many believe that Area 51 is the site of top-secret military research, including the development of advanced aircraft, and possibly even the study of extraterrestrial technology. Its mysterious reputation has made it a focal point for those interested in UFOs and government secrets. The airspace above Area 51 is a strict no-fly zone, enforced by the U.S. military. The restricted area, known as R4808N, spans approximately 7,500 square kilometers. The primary reason for this no-fly zone is to protect the secrecy of the activities conducted within the base. Unauthorized aircraft that enter this airspace risk immediate interception by military jets, which are authorized to take necessary measures to prevent any security breach. Pilots who violate this airspace may face severe consequences, including the possibility of their aircraft being shot down. The enforcement of the no-fly zone around Area 51 underscores the lengths to which the U.S. government will go to maintain the confidentiality of its operations. This level of secrecy ensures that any sensitive information or technology being developed remains out of the public eye and away from potential adversaries. In conclusion, no-fly zones around the world serve crucial purposes, from ensuring the safety of flights over hazardous regions like the Tibetan Plateau and volcanic zones, to protecting significant cultural and religious sites such as Mecca, and maintaining national security in areas like North Korea and Area 51. These restrictions are vital for the safety, security, and preservation of both human life and sensitive locations. We hope you found this exploration of no-fly zones informative and intriguing. Have you ever encountered or flown near any of these no-fly zones? We'd love to hear your thoughts and experiences in the comments below. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe to our channel for more fascinating insights into the world of aviation and beyond. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video.